Hi guys, today in this video I'm going to take you through just 3 different core stability exercises that you can do at home and then show you how to progress or regress them based on your movement ability. So when you're talking about core stability, it's really important to understand basic concepts to both stay healthy and active. If you want to function and be active, play golf, tennis, walk, long distance, even just function day-to-day activities, your core plays a really important role in just maintaining the health of your spine and the overall function of your whole body. Now, if you're dealing with back pain, hip pain, knee pain, these core stability exercises are also going to be a crucial component to rehab and getting you better and out of pain. So it should be really helpful regardless of who you are. The first core stability exercise I'm going to show you is what I call a bent knee march. So I'll show you that here. You start laying on your back with your knees bent up, and then you lift both legs up to about that 90-degree angle. Keep your knees bent at 90 degrees. Then before you start anything, you want to make sure your back is flat to the floor and your core is engaged. And then you just lower one leg, tap the foot to the floor, and lift back up, and then lower the other one. And it's really important to keep your back flat the whole time, because as you lower the leg, your back's going to want to arch off the floor, but your job is to hold it in there, hold it in place. That's why it's a core stability exercise, because you're maintaining that neutral spine and keeping that core stable. So just like this. Okay, as long as you're able to keep your back flat and you feel it in your core, no tension in your back, it's a good exercise for you to do. If for some reason it caused tension or pain in your back, or you couldn't keep that back flat and it kept arching up, you would just start in this position, flatten your back, and then lift and lower. Okay, so that's the regression if it's too hard. Then from here, if this was pretty easy for you, you have a couple ways you can make it harder. One is by just kind of putting your arms overhead, and you can kind of alternate and kind of here and then here. Just by changing the arm position makes it a little more challenging. Or you could eventually put your legs straight up in the air like this, keep your back flat, and progress it that way. And then even on the higher end, you can have your hands here and just kind of reach just like that. But the same thing, you want to be able to keep your back flat. I think 20 reps is a good rep for that exercise, but those are the regressions and progressions based on your movement ability. Now the second core stability exercise is very similar, but it's just called a bent knee lower. So you start in that same 90-90 position, and you flatten your back, keep your core engaged, keep your back flat, and just lower both legs at the same time and lift back up. And you're just doing like that. So you're just lowering both legs and lifting at the same time instead of one at a time alternating. Okay, the same regressions and progressions apply. To make it easier, you could just start down here, flatten your back, lift up, and lower back down. To make it harder, you could either one, kind of have your arms up here, and as you lower, have them up, and then just kind of touch the knees, and that makes it a little more challenging. Or you could straighten the legs out, start here, and then eventually you could build up to being able to do here, and even like a little crunch. Okay? But it's really important, whatever version you're doing, that you're able to keep that back flat and that core stable in a neutral position. You should feel this in your core. With these two exercises, you may feel a little bit in your thighs and hip flexors, and that's fine. But you want the majority of tension you felt in your core, and you don't want any tension felt in your low back. Okay? So those are 2 really good, fundamental, basic core stability exercises that can be regressed if you're having pain and if you struggle, or they can be made harder and more challenging if you're really trying to improve and increase your core stability. So one more exercise I'm going to show you is a plank. I'm going to show you a plank on your elbows. So when you do this plank position, when you get in this plank position, you want to make sure that your elbows are directly under your shoulders and that your spine is in a neutral position. And by that I mean there's a slight inward curve in your back. You don't want to be overly arched like this or have your butt in the air where your spine is flexed. You want to get in this position, tighten your butt, and just lightly tighten your abs, and you should be able to maintain this position and breathe naturally. Okay? You want to build up to be able to hold this for 60 seconds. And the same thing is, you should feel this in your core, not in your low back. If you can't do the plank correctly, or you start to feel it in your back, or it's just too hard, you can make it easier by doing what's called an elevated plank. And so all you need is an elevated surface. This is a weight bench. The higher the surface is, the easier it's going to be. So you can play with the heights of the surface, like a armrest of a chair is a little higher. You can do it on the stairs if you have steps in your house and kind of work your way up and down depending on your level. But it's the same position. You're just getting in that plank and your elbows are on that elevated surface instead of on the floor. But you still want to be here. You don't want to be arched like this or have your butt in the air. Just want to be in that good neutral position. Tighten your core, squeeze your glutes, and hold. Okay? Now, if you're more advanced and you want to make the plank harder, there's tons and tons of different variations for a plank, and I'll just show you maybe one or two here. So, one alternative is just kind of that single leg plank. You can either hold it or you can alternate. Okay, that's one way to progress it, make it harder. The other way is you kind of do these plank rocks, so you add more of a dynamic component to it. And one of the best ways to make a plank harder is, give me 1 second to get a little ball here. If you have a ball like this or something that's unstable, you can get on this and really make it more challenging. You know, you can go in and out, you can go circles one way, circles the other way. So once you understand how to do the plank, just the basic plank, you can either make it harder by holding longer, doing more sets, or putting your elbows and forearms on an unstable surface, doing a single leg. There's so many different variations you can do. I can't go over them all in this video, but you kind of get the point. So go through those exercises and work on progressing them up and building that core stability. So if you have any questions, let me know. Just put a message in the comments section and I'll be happy to answer it. But I hope you found this helpful. If you're dealing with back pain, really start low and then progress up. Building a better foundation of core stability is going to help you recover from your back pain, recover from hip pain. It's even going to help with knee pain and ankle pain and shoulder pain. Really, the core is so fundamental and foundational to our health. It's going to help with almost any injury. And then if you want to just stay healthy and active, you want to be able to play golf and do things forever without aches and pains, then you want to make sure that you have good core stability now so you can be more durable. If you have any questions, once again, just let me know. And I hope you found it helpful. I'll see you next time.